Good morning, everyone. Myself, Siddhant Sharma. I'm pursuing my PhD in Political Science from Amity University of Social Sciences, Amity University, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. And my title of my research paper is Soft Power in Public Policy, a New Approach to Decision Making. Well, beginning with the topic of soft policy, I have to clarify that what are the major differences between hard power and then soft power. Basically, my presentation will be moving from primary objectives, a brief introduction about my topic, some models that I have been working upon for my research work, and then literally moving to the basic criteria of my research work. Moving forward, the basic introduction after the COVID outbreak brought significant changes to the existing diplomatic relations across nations. These changes not only reflected the existing weaknesses of the global governance system, but also created opportunities to rectify the same. Well, my paper seeks to provide a robust framework for new era policymaking in the post COVID world by focusing on existing soft power tools and mechanisms. It also analyzes the elements of soft power which can be used by the Indian administrative framework to promote national interest on a global platform. These elements are information and communication technology, education, health, and culture. These elements, combined with the modern form of this diplomatic framework, will provide a robust framework to Indian administrative framework. The article also seeks to study and analyze the existing policy framework across nations and drive out unnecessary costs from the administration with the implementation of digital infrastructure across different sectors. Finally, the article will conclude with some basic conclusions using soft power approach which can be implemented in the Indian administration framework. So moving forward to the primary objectives of my research paper. First one is role of soft power in policy making. Next is soft power framework for Indian administrative framework and how the soft power approach can be used to enhancement of bilateral ties or multilateral ties across the nation and across the globe as well. So moving forward, first I would like to define what is soft power, and I would like to throw some light what is soft power and how it is different from hard power. Soft power, as the word was quoted by Joseph Sir Nye, Jr. It focuses on different aspects of soft power and its relevance in the contemporary global system. According to him, the international system is multidimensional, multilateral, and involves numerous domestic and international actors. The nature of power is very uncertain, and it remains complex to understand these different parameters of soft power. Well, power remains as the capacity to do things and the ability to get the outcomes one wants. To here, the one refers to the one nation wants. Concerning soft power, Nye proclaims that any states that makes itself attractive on several parameters, such as education, diplomacy, culture, and values, remain influential on the global platform. These resources are central to the soft power and institutions, values, culture, and policies. According to Nye, power is an soft power is an attractive power. This attractive power has emerged as a crucial game changer in the field of global politics. Nye derived a model of soft power for the states in 21st century. This model primarily contributed to the holistic development of the state, focusing on education, healthcare, culture, and values of the state. Here in my slide, there are major differences between hard power and soft power approaches. Whereas you can see the hard power focuses on the command and coercion that a state accumulates over time. But on the other hand, soft power focuses on the institution, cultures, values, particularly the attraction of a nation, how it can attract people globally. Moving forward to influence of soft power, uh, quoting an example for United States, it has remained the strongest nation in terms of not only hard power, but also a global superpower in influencing the nations across the globe. The influence of American companies, Hollywood, American dollar, and fashion industry has remained phenomenal, and people from across the nations are directly attracted to these aspects. The influence of soft power can be analyzed through different aspects of attraction capabilities of a nation. I have quoted Joseph Nye here. The influence of many states remain own power supplies in the line of domestic and international level. Even though both policies, which are followed in this case, primarily are based on the military and economic power, soft power item, which are used for the first time by Joseph Nye, has become more important to keep pace with today's requirements in the world order. The soft power resources have a legitimizing effect on countries and and others accept by their own free will. Many other countries which realized the importance of soft power worked about to develop soft power resources. And this quotation has been quoted from Yavuz Lastlan and set in from a research paper of 2016, which primarily described what is soft power and what are different soft power resources. Moving forward, this slide focuses on the importance of soft power in administration. Well, the working of any administration depends upon several actors that are international as well as domestic. Further, these actors are coordinated by different factors depending on different scenarios, situations, events, and incidents. If the administration is focused upon the hard power, that is military and economic, the nation's internal development lacks in health, education, culture, information technology, entertainment, etc. So it is the primary responsibility of the different soft power mechanisms that the administration must be focused on developing the soft power capabilities of a nation, primarily in case of India. Um, I have developed a model for soft power cooperation that first has to be implemented across different sectors and across bilateral relations with different nations. This model focuses on first people-to-people relations, building people-to-people relations on the and then business-to-business relations, which are supported by the government-to-government relations. This model will work from bottom-up approach. Uh, this will focus on culture, enhancing education capabilities of the nation, enhancing its influencing power, and then bringing resources to the nation for its own internal development. Uh, Now, moving to the Indian elements of soft power, how India can approach its self as a soft power and how it can become attractive to the global nations in post-COVID era. First, these aspects has to be worked upon. The importance of Bollywood and entertainment industry, focus on spiritualism, yoga, and importance of tradition and different cultures, education system, health and wellness, particularly Ayurveda, Siddha, and other ways of Indian treatment. These things and these aspects have to be worked in such a way that they become attractive to people across the globe and their value gradually increases so that they can bring resources for India and they can enhance India's capabilities in terms of administrative influence across the globe. So there is this is a six-pronged strategy that I have talked about in my research paper. Uh, this six-pronged strategy primarily focus on these aspects, and it is directed towards making India a superpower, super soft power particularly. Concluding my paper presents a comprehensive approach to enhance India's image as a soft power globally. The approach involves several strategies, particularly including simultaneously improving bilateral relations with other nations and at the same time focusing on Indian aspects of ancient knowledge, traditions, and values. The paper also discusses about increasing influence of soft power in comparison to different aspects of hard power. Because right now, particularly our main administrative apparatus is focused on the different aspects of hard power only. Finally, the paper presents a model for bilateral cooperation as well as a six-pronged strategy to enhance India's soft power mechanisms in India. If these strategies are properly implemented across the nation with the support of bureaucratic and administrative framework, there can be huge benefits that India can reap in terms of emerging as a soft power across the globe. Thanking you. Thank you for your valuable time. I'm ending my presentation. Thank you.